The European Union is between a rock and a hard place, since the US has just renewed their Section 702 of FISA. It's the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act in 1978. But you see, it goes against the principles of the GDPR, the EU's Data Protection Act, to protect its people against surveillance and the use of their data for illegitimate means, but also without permission. Now you see, the data privacy is a human right. There's no getting away from that. But it says here that data privacy is a fundamental human right in the EU. And the GDPR imposes strict restrictions on personal data, prohibiting it from being shared with countries that don't have the equivalent level of protection as of the GDPR. So all on this level playing field. Now, it's a provision that has been in place since the 1995 Data Protection Directive, and that's the predecessor of the GDPR. Now, back in 2000, the EU decided that Switzerland offered an adequate level, that their data protection was on the same level playing field as the EU. So the decision was, to renew their alignment, you see, with the GDPR. Now this means that data of European citizens can they safely sort of travel between countries and stuff like between, the Alpine country and the European Union. But the United States also received essentially the equivalent status back in 2000. But things have changed, haven't they? There's so much online fraud now, and people's data have been harvested, raked off sites and what have you, and used without their permission. You see, in 2015, the European Union invalidated it, and it was via the Court of Justice of the European Union. And it's this was after Schrems challenged the EU's Data Protection Commissioner. And in 2016, back in 2016, the European Commission decided to reinstate the US status. But in 2020, the highest European court said no, they ruled against it. So what does this mean between the US and the UK? Are they just turning a blind eye to what's actually going on because it's the United States? Should there be a rule for everybody? For all the countries that transmit data between the European Union member states and their countries? So it has to be a political decision, doesn't it? It must be. Not necessarily a practical one or one in alignment with the law. You see, what happens is, if, for instance, any breaches, these companies that might be carrying on as they were, they could end up getting hit with a 6% turnover fine. Like many businesses have already done so. They don't know where they are, because there's no alignment really between the United States and the European Union regarding data. Just like the UK as well, there's anomalies there between the European Union's GDPR and the UK's data. The UK is very loose upon it, you see. Not considered safe. Not by the European Union, and certainly not by me. No. What say you? Please leave it in the comments down below, but please hit the like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. If you're most kind. And maybe a little bell icon, because then you get one post in your pocket every time I upload another video. Now, I don't know if you can see the tops. I've got to cut this field, by the way. But I don't know if you see the tops of all those trees. They go all the way down. Oh, you can't see them over there, but they go down to the valley over there as well. We're planting 550 odd trees so far, and then also on the other field over there. If you'll be part of our rewilding project, there's a GoFundMe link down below, where we'll plant a tree on your behalf, but also I'll make a sign with my laser and put your name on, or maybe in memory of a loved one. And we'll also make bat boxes, bird houses, etc. And hedgehog houses as well. Little habitats for all the critters, you see. And maybe the missus if she doesn't behave. No, but more likely me. Toodaloo.